Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video I want to do a collection video, another collection video. This one is going to be on my WWE Smackdown versus Raw, WWE 2K collection. I'm going to be showing every game in the series that I own. I don't own all of them. We'll get to that as I go through the video. Matter of fact, we'll get to it now. I don't own two games in the series. I don't own 2K20 and I don't own the new one that just released, which is in the background right there. I just put that there for aesthetics. So we will be looking at all the games from the series. I do enjoy wrestling games. I don't watch wrestling anymore as much as I used to back in the day. The era I grew up in was the new era. That's when I really first started watching it, was back when Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, when they was wrestling. And then later on, the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. I think after the Ruthless Aggression Era, that's when I really stopped watching it. Wasn't really paying attention to it that much. I would dip and dabble into it here and there, but not as much as I used to back then. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the collection of the Smackdown games. Okay, now the first game is the first game in the series. I really did enjoy this one back in the day. It was just so much fun playing it. Here we have WWF Smackdown, the very first game. Man, this game brings back so many memories. Here's the back, as you can see. This game first came out in the year 2000, March 2000. I remember reading a magazine about this game. I remember seeing the commercials. It was just so, it was so much fun playing this back then. Very fast paced, very arcadey. It's not realistic like the other wrestling games for the N64, like No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 and WCW NWO Revenge, which I will be doing the video on, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's Smackdown, the very first one. There's Smackdown. Next up, and funny enough, this came out the same exact year, Smackdown 2, Know Your Role. I love the cover art for this one. Yeah, this came out later on in the year 2000. This came out the same year. This felt more like a, well, nowadays we call it DLC. Well, this was just like an updated version of the first one. But this one was so much better than the first one. This one was a lot more fast paced. Season mode was pretty good at this one, but I didn't enjoy the loading times. I really can't go back and play this one because the loading times was ridiculous. Especially in the Royal Rumble, the loading times was like absolutely atrocious. If you ever played this game, you know what I'm talking about with the loading times. It was just crazy. But yeah, I really did enjoy this one. This one was good. This one was a good one. Smackdown 2, Know Your Role. Next up, we have the third game in the series. This one was the first one to make the jump to PlayStation 2 for a new generation, and that one was WWF Smackdown Just Bring It. This one came out before the name change from WWF to WWE. Later copies of the game, which had greatest hits on it, did say WWE, but it's the same game. It's just that the printout of the games was WWE instead of WWF now. But yeah, this is the third game. I enjoyed this one, but not as much as the second game. I feel like the second game was still better than this one. But yeah, this was the first one to do 8-man, matches. You can have like an 8-man tag team match. And this was the very first one to do that. But the season mode sucked. This one was literally like 4 matches and you're in WrestleMania already. That was ridiculous. I hated the season mode for this one. It was very lacking. It was very lackluster compared to the other two. but not a bad game, but definitely not something that you would go out and get a PlayStation 2 for back then. Next up, now this is when they really, this is what you call a next gen title. The next one in the series is Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. Now this one, I remember watching the commercials for this game over and over again. I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. This was one of the reasons why I wanted the PlayStation 2. This one and Tekken 4. This game and Tekken 4 was like the first two games that I owned for PlayStation 2, I think. And this game is very special to me because this is one of the few games that my grandmother gave me. I guess she gave it to me for doing well in school. I don't remember why. I guess it was for Christmas. But yeah, this is a dope game. I love the season mode. It takes place on 2 years for the season mode, so that was it was a very lengthy season mode. I really did like that. Yeah, it had a whole new engine. The engine was so much better than the last one. It felt more realistic now. Had so many cool wrestlers in the game. I just love this one. Smackdown Shut Your Mouth, one of the best games in the series. Next up, now, my absolute favorite game in the series to this day. I don't think any other game would replace this one. If you play these games, you already know what I'm talking about. Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain. I really want them to remaster this damn game because I love it so much. Even though it only has 1 year season mode, but I absolutely love it. This one has a lot of the first and the last of a lot of things for the series. This was the first to have legends. This was the first to have a catchphrase that wasn't linked back to The Rock. Here Comes the Pain. That's not one of The Rock's catchphrases. That's more of for Brock Lesnar. This was the last one to have a catchphrase as a title, which is Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain. This is the last one to have the Smackdown name brand as the name of the game. Well, solely Smackdown. But yeah, absolutely love this one. One of my favorite wrestling games of all time. If you never played this game, I highly recommend it. Next up, this is the beginning of a new generation. They changed the name a bit, you know, new generation. They just wanted to move on from the Smackdown solely name. So then we had got Smackdown versus Raw. This game was really fun. Not as good as Here Comes the Pain in my opinion, but I did really enjoy this one. The roster wasn't all that, you know, because a lot of good people left. The Rock, Stone Cold, who else left? I'm trying to think. Brock Lesnar, he did leave. Goldberg, he did leave. So it was a lot of people that left, a lot of good wrestlers that left. So yeah, that kind of put a dent on the roster. But it was a good game. I did like it. The first SmackDown vs. Raw game in the series. Good game. The first one to have online, but the online was whack. You only could play 2 matches, one-on-one in the bra and panties. That's nothing. Okay, next up in the series is SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Man, this is my favorite SmackDown vs. Raw game out of all of them. I absolutely love this one. I love the GM mode. GM mode was so much fun. The roster was so much better than the last game. Story mode was amazing. You can play as a SmackDown character or a Raw character. This is great. I love this one. This is great. Had Bury Alive match. Great. I love it. Next up, another one of my favorites in the series, and this is the first game to be on an Xbox console, and it is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. This was a big deal when it came out because this was the first game to be on the next generation console, and this was the first game to be on the Xbox platform and not be on the Sony platform. But yeah, this is great. They do have this on PlayStation 2. Oh, I don't own that copy anymore, but this one was great. Absolutely love it. I highly recommend this game. Very good game. Next up is Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 featuring ECW. This one was pretty fun. I like that they added the fighting styles for the wrestlers. So, you know, pretty much every wrestler was, you know, pretty unique. Some of the fighting styles, I'm gonna read it from the back here. The fighting styles were High Flyer, Powerhouse, Brawler, Hardcore, Submission Artist, Technical, Showman, or Dirty Fighter. And it had a 24/7 mode. That's like a season mode for this game. Let's take a look at the back. It was a good game. Not as good as 2007, but still good. Next up is WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2009, featuring ECW again. I think this is the first one to have the Inferno match, which was pretty cool. Road to WrestleMania was a good mode. They put the strong emphasis on, you know, the tag team thing. I really don't know what was the deal with that. The cover art for this one has Triple H and Shawn Michaels this time around. There was the DX when they came back. You know, there was a tag team again. Fun fact: this is the only game in the series that doesn't have The Rock and Stone Cold. No, this is the only game in the series that doesn't have The Rock. Yeah, he had a 1-game absence. And yep, a lot of people say, oh, you know, The Rock is in this one. No, he's not in this one. Next up is WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010. Played this one for a bit, didn't play it as much as 2009, but this one was a little bit better than 2009. You was able to create your own story, I think. I didn't really do that, but this one was pretty good. It's the back of the game. This one was good. You know, I didn't play that much, like I said, but good game, good game. And around this time, this one I kind of lost interest in the series. Next one is SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Some people do consider this one of the best ones. And I see the reason why they would say that. This one had a pretty good season mode, Road to WrestleMania, where you can walk around and interact with characters. Kind of similar to Shut Your Mouth. I forgot to mention that in Shut Your Mouth. But this one was good. Yeah, this one was good. Now, they moved on again. It's the next generation. They want to change the name again. So now we're gonna go into the WWE series, where it was just called WWE now. Okay, first up is WWE 12. I actually did enjoy this one a lot. I enjoyed it a little bit more than the last game. This one was good. Randy Orton is the cover athlete of this one. They changed the engine. The engine's completely different now. Pretty good game, not bad. Now, one of my favorites for this era is WWE 13. I love this one so much. This one has the story mode is like the Attitude Era, and I absolutely love that story mode because I love the Attitude Era. It's my favorite era of wrestling. But yeah, Live the Revolution is what it says on the back. CM Punk is the cover athlete. Did enjoy this one quite a bit. I like this one a lot. And now when THQ, they no longer was the developers for the wrestling games, 2K took over. And now we have WWE 2K14. This one is my favorite out of the 2K games. The WWE, you know, whatever, 2K, WWE, whatever. but this is my favorite out of all of them. I love the 30 years of WrestleMania. That was a pretty good mode, even though it's a history lesson, but I did enjoy it a lot. The gameplay was more the same as the as WWE 13, which was not a bad thing because I did enjoy this one a lot. The cover athlete is The Rock, and they do have, this is a reversible cover, let me show you. And they have Daniel Bryan on the other side. So I like The Rock more than Daniel Bryan, sorry, but that's why I keep it on The Rock. But yeah, this is one of my favorites of all time. Now, one of the worst ones to me, WWE 2K15, more specifically the next gen version. I don't have it on the PS4 no more, but that one was very lacking. This one does have a mode for Who Got NXT. I didn't really dip into that mode, but yeah, this is really not my favorite ones. Yeah, I didn't like this one that much. Next up is another one of my favorites, which is WWE 2K16. This one, pretty good. The showcase focuses on Stone Cold and his career, which is pretty cool. I do like Stone Cold a lot. It's pretty fun. This is really, really fun. I did like it a lot. Yeah. And after this is when I kind of lost interest in the series. So it's gonna be the last few games here. Yeah, this is when I started to lose interest, so you won't hear me say too much about these games. WWE 2K17. I don't recommend buying this version. This is the last wrestling game to be ever released on PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So if you really, really want this one, I recommend buying it now. If you want this particular version, I recommend buying it now. This is funny that this particular version, this and the Xbox 360 version, have an Inferno match. But the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version of this game doesn't have that, which I find pretty funny. You know, I don't know why they made an Inferno match for this one, but not the new one. But yeah, this one is lacking because it doesn't have like a story mode or nothing. You literally just wrestle and that's it. If it had a story mode, then it would have been better, but it don't. So I had to take points off for that. Now the last two, I didn't play the last two that much. Let's see, WWE 2K18. Didn't play that one that much. Only played it for like maybe a few hours and then got bored of it. Yeah, but it's not a bad game. It's just that I didn't put a lot of time into this one. And as well as the last one in the series that I bought, which was WWE 2K19. Didn't play this one as much either, but I did heard it was good. Maybe I'll go back and try it again. Don't know. Maybe I will, I don't know. But yeah, so this is the last one that I bought from the series. And yeah, WWE 2K19. Okay, that is it for the collection for my WWE Smackdown or Smackdown vs. Raw or WWE, 2K series of games. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which game is your favorite in the series, or you can give me like a list, a top 10 list or a top 5 list or whatever. I'm very interested to know what's your favorite. And let me know, will you be playing the new WWE 2K22 game? I do plan on getting it, but not now. Eventually I will get WWE 2K20, even though I heard the game was terrible. I will get that, to complete the collection. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more of my wrestling collection. I do have other games from different series. So let me know. Yeah, leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.